Right, good afternoon everybody. Sorry it's been a long time since I've posted a video. I'm not going to do an unboxing, but I did buy myself a new DSLR, saying that it was a used Nikon D3X, but then realised that the D3X doesn't have any video capability with it, and I'd only got the D500, which I'm using now to record this video, to make any videos with. So I wanted another camera rather than a telephone to make videos with. So I saw this Andoer video camera, obviously a Chinese make. Anybody that uses battery chargers other than the genuine manufacturers will probably have heard of Andoer. This is their second incarnation of a small handheld 4K video camera. I say 4K with reservation because I'm not quite sure whether it is 4K or not until I actually take it out in the field and try it. But I'm not going to do an unboxing. I've actually already unboxed this. I just thought I'd show you the box, show you what it looked like, and now I'll take you through the bits that come with this camera. Obviously we have the camera itself. Let's move the box out of the way. This is the actual camera. On the face of it, it looks really good. It's compact, it's small, it's lightweight. The battery compartment, it takes an internal battery, not one that mounts on the back like its predecessor did. This battery actually slots in here. I believe it's an MP120 battery. It is. This is the battery which slots into the camera. We also have inputs on the back here for, believe it or not, microphone and HDMI. I spent nearly an hour looking for the microphone input because I thought it would be a bog standard 3.5mm jack, and it's not, because what you have to do is you plug into this USB socket here, and there's a microphone cable. So the end of your microphone plugs into here, and then the other end of this lead plugs into the camera. And it took me a while to figure out how the external microphone would actually work on this camera, but it does work. I have tried that and it works really quite well. So not only do you get the video camera, I'll just run you through some of the features on this, but I'll probably do it again in more detail later. It's a flip out touch screen. It does actually revolve, so if you're recording yourself, you can actually turn it around and see your face whilst you're recording, so make sure everything's in the frame. It's got nighttime infrared. It's got an illumination lamp. Obviously you've seen the covers on the back for the HDMI. You can take still photos either in single mode or burst mode with this camera. I believe that it's not an autofocus camera. Again, I will check that and get back to you. I think this camera focuses from about 1.5 meters to infinity with the lens that comes with it. It does come with a lens cap as well, which you have to attach yourself, and I've already done that. There is also a cold shoe. It's not a, well, it may be a hot shoe. It's a cold shoe onto which you connect your microphone, and strangely enough, this video camera was also supplied with a microphone, and here it is. And this microphone sits on the hot shoe. I'll just snap it together for you very quickly. And obviously, as I stated earlier, the 3.5mm jack plugs into this end of the extension cable, and the extension cable then plugs into the back of the camera on the USB slot and gives you a microphone. The very interesting thing about this microphone is it has an internal battery, and how long that will last for charging I really don't know. Again, I'll try it in the field and see how long it lives in the field. The other interesting thing with the battery is once it goes, how do you replace it? You probably can't. But what I really liked about this little microphone is there's actually a cold shoe on top. So if you're using an external video light or a monitor, you can actually connect that on top of the microphone. That is actually a very, very good idea, and I've not seen that before on other microphones. And I use some of the professional microphones like Shogun and Zoom and people like that, and they just don't offer that facility. Correct me if I'm wrong, by the way, comments in boxes below. So this is the basic camera with the battery. You get the box obviously with it. Interestingly enough, it comes with a, they call it a wide-angle macro lens. I don't know why they call it a wide-angle macro lens. Obviously this just screws over the existing lens on the front to give you some sort of close-up macro capability. Again, I've not tried it, but I'll give it a test in the field and see what it's like. I'll not make a noise while I screw this back together. And what else do we get? We get all the usual things. You get your you get your battery charger, and you get a British plug socket. Obviously, if you're in the States or in Europe, you'll get a European socket, but I got the British one because that's what I ordered. The microphone comes with a windshield, not the greatest one. Obviously, these are fine if you're indoors doing studio work, but outside I would suggest you use a proper dead cat windshield, and I'll be putting this one on the microphone. I'll try it obviously in the field with this one, and I'll try it with this one and see which one performs better, but I will guarantee you it will be the dead cat that works better. It also comes with your typical HDMI cable. It comes with a USB for connecting up to your PC or your laptop. It comes with, strangely enough, an instruction book for not only for the microphone but also one for the camera, and this is in Chinese and English. They're the only two languages in there. And what else do we get? We also get a nice little carry pouch, which is really good. It's a good idea. I probably won't use it personally. The camera will end up just chucked in the bag with my camera equipment. But I bought this camera mainly for doing just YouTube videos, really, quick ones at that. And I nearly forgot, it also comes with its own remote, which again is, it's not the greatest remote in the world, but it's a good idea. It's a good idea. It saves trekking backwards and forwards to the camera all the while. And you can control everything from telephoto to wide angle zoom on this, and all your pause, stops and plays. So ideal. And I'm going to cut off because somebody's just started using an angle grinder, and I'll be back later. Just a couple of afterthoughts. I should have told you that the external microphone that Andoer provide does have an internal battery. How do you charge that? It does come with a charging lead. This then connects to the microphone. This then connects to your USB on your laptop, desktop, or to a USB plug, and that will charge the internal battery on the microphone. Other thing I should have mentioned probably was the cost of the camera. I paid £120 for this camera, British pounds. You can work out what that is in dollars or your particular currency. And lastly, what are the resolutions for this camera? Well, I'm going to go from the book and read them out to you. So your video resolutions are 3840 by 2160 at 24 frames a second. So that's apparently 4K. 2560 by 1440 at 30 frames a second. 1920 by 1080 at 60 frames a second. 1280 by 720 at 120 frames a second. And the old VGA format 640 by 480 at 30 frames a second. For those of you that might want to shoot stills with this camera, can't understand why you'd want to do that, but you may. It has a 13 megapixel sensor. The camera will shoot single shots, or in burst mode it will take 3 shots simultaneously. And that's really about it. So I'm going to take this camera out to the field now, give it a good test, watch out in the next video, and we'll give it a proper review, thumbs up or thumbs down. I'm hoping it's a thumbs up because at the moment, 120 quid, camera looks really good.